Playboy model Jasmine Fiore had a huge following. One day in a casino, she met the man of her dreams, and 48 hours after meeting her, she married him. Then Jasmine could not even imagine what a nightmare their honeymoon would turn into. Jasmine was born on February 18, 1981, in the small village of Bonnie Doon in Santa Cruz County, California. Her real name at birth was Jasmine Lepore. When Jasmine was 8 years old, her parents divorced. The father left home, leaving his daughter with her mother, Lisa. The man did not help financially and did not take part in raising his daughter. As a teenager, Jasmine loved to play football. She was active, cheerful, sociable. She helped her mother and even worked part-time in a small grocery store located near the house. At the age of 18, Jasmine decided that she wanted to become a model. In 2000, she attended a Playboy magazine casting. The girl dreamed of being on the cover. She dreamed of wearing the iconic bunny ears. Jasmine was not included in the magazine. She didn't make the cut. But she was invited to take part in the Girls from Playboy golf program, and after that she became the host of this show. Jasmine gradually began to gain popularity. She took part in swimsuit shows, was a body art model, performed in nightclubs, and starred in commercials. Playboy bunnies have always had plenty of suitors. Fans were attracted to bright, sexy beauties, and to achieve the favor of these girls for men meant getting a trophy. But after that, as a rule, men became terribly jealous. Busty blonde with a beaming smile, Jasmine Fiore spent a lot of time at work. During the day, the girl participated in racy photo shoots, and in the evening she attended incendiary parties at the mansion of Hugh Hefner, the founder of the Playboy Company. Holly Madison, Hugh Hefner's ex-girlfriend, talked about what her man was really like in real life, not in public. Hugh and Holly dated for 7 years in the early 2000s. The girl complained that Hefner had crude sexual inclinations and constantly controlled her. Hugh always decided what Holly would wear, what hairstyle she would have, what color she would wear on her lips. Holly admitted that the man often insulted and humiliated her. He was just as strict with his models. In 2004, Jasmine Fiore got married for the first time. Her chosen one was Michael Cardoza. The marriage did not last long, the couple divorced, and then Michael went to prison. Literally immediately after the divorce, Jasmine found herself a new man, Travis Heinrich, who proposed marriage to her. Jasmine agreed, but the wedding was constantly postponed for various reasons. In 2006, they broke up their engagement, but continued to communicate and met periodically and had intimate relationships. Also in 2006, Jasmine's career took off. She landed a position as Playboy's event coordinator and began organizing night shows in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. In 2007, Jasmine met a new man, Robert Hasman. The girl considered their relationship serious and even wanted to quit her job, marry Robert, and focus only on her family. But this relationship with Jasmine turned out to be imperfect. The couple quarreled periodically. 2 years have passed. In 2009, Jasmine continued her relationship with Robert Hasman. In addition, she periodically dated her ex-man Travis Heinrich and also regularly corresponded with her ex-husband Michael Cardoza, who was serving a sentence behind bars. Also in 2009, Jasmine planned to launch her own business. She received a license to open a gym and wanted to build a personal training center. On the night of March 16, 2009, 28-year-old Jasmine Fiore was dancing in a casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. There she met a handsome 32-year-old entrepreneur named Ryan Jenkins. Ryan, after talking with Jasmine, found out her date of birth, February 18th. The man who was looking for a girlfriend realized that this was a sign from above because his birthday was also in February. Just 48 hours after meeting, newlywed couple Ryan Jenkins and Jasmine Fiore tied the knot at the Little White Chapel in Las Vegas. The newlyweds believed that their meeting was a great success. Ryan Jenkins was born on February 8, 1977. He was from Canada and was involved in real estate business. His father was a famous architect. In 2009, Ryan decided to take part in the filming of the reality show Megan Wants a Millionaire on VH1. The main character of this show was Playboy model Megan Hauserman. She was looking for a rich groom. Single wealthy men with noble origins and a net worth of at least $1 million were invited to the casting. The show's producers advertised on radio stations and held parties at nightclubs to look for suitable candidates. They found 32-year-old Ryan Jenkins in Las Vegas. The man captivated the producers with his daring behavior, his charm and charisma. On the show, Ryan posed as a Canadian real estate mogul and said he had $2.5 million in his accounts. Ryan, along with his competitors, began to fight for the heart of the Playboy beauty. Ryan wrote Megan romantic letters and courted her beautifully. He was one of the brightest heroes of the show. Megan really fell in love. She found out Ryan's phone number and started calling him outside of filming. The couple talked on the phone almost every night. Nobody knew about their connection. They confessed their love to each other and considered themselves a real couple. Megan wanted Ryan to be the winner of the show. The model told the producers that she wanted to choose Ryan in the final, but they reacted negatively to this news and advised Megan to think carefully before making a choice. The audience also wanted another hero to win the show. Just days before Ryan's first meeting with Jasmine while filming the show's finale, Megan told the man he was out of the game. Ryan was upset. He didn't understand why this happened. The man was sure that his relationship with Megan was serious, but the model betrayed him. When Ryan met Jasmine and found out her date of birth, he realized that it was fate, so he married the girl 2 days after they met. A couple of days after the wedding, Ryan himself called Megan and said, "I have to tell you something. I was very upset when I left the show. Then I went to Las Vegas and met a girl. Now she is my soulmate and we are already married." Despite the fact that both Ryan and Jasmine were sure that fate itself brought them together, after just a couple of weeks of marriage, everything changed dramatically. Ryan began to be jealous of the sociable and smiling Jasmine. The girl complained to her friends that she had made a mistake and rushed into the wedding. Jasmine admitted to a close friend that her second husband, Ryan Jenkins, turned out to be a very domineering, jealous, and simply crazy person. In April 2009, at one of the events, Ryan saw his wife having a nice conversation with her ex-boyfriend, Travis Heinrich. And at some point, Jasmine hugged Travis and kissed him on the cheek. Ryan ran up to his wife, grabbed her hand, and then pushed her into the pool. Witnesses called the police. Ryan Jenkins was arrested. He spent the whole night behind bars and was released in the morning. A trial in the domestic violence case was scheduled for December 2009. At the same time, information surfaced that Ryan Jenkins had already been convicted. Even before meeting Jasmine in 2007, the man was sentenced to 15 months of probation and completed a treatment program for anger and sex addiction. By June 2009, newlyweds Ryan and Jasmine were on the verge of divorce and were practically living separately. The man resumed his relationship with Megan Hauserman. One day, he invited the model to dinner at a restaurant. The man complained to Megan that Jasmine was ruining his life. He admitted that he was obsessed with his wife. He didn't want Jasmine to leave him. For Ryan, it was humiliating. In the summer of 2009, Ryan decided to take part in a show called I Love Money 3 on VH1. Filming took place in Mexico. Participants competed in physical and mental challenges. They competed for the main prize, $250,000. Colleagues on the show said that Ryan was very worried about Jasmine. He wanted to win money to get his wife back. He constantly called her between filming, tried to control her, and constantly found out where she was, with whom, and what she was doing. Ryan told Jasmine on the phone that he would definitely win the prize, return from Mexico, and they would have the life they had always dreamed of. Jasmine decided to give her husband another chance. The couple reconciled and began living together again on Edinburgh Avenue in Los Angeles. On Thursday, August 13, 2009, Jasmine agreed to accompany Ryan Jenkins to a poker tournament in San Diego for a charity fundraiser. The couple drove to San Diego in Jasmine's car. On the evening of August 13th, they checked into the Hilton Hotel. At 2:30 a.m. on August 14th, Jasmine and Ryan left the hotel and went to the event. At the tournament, Ryan learned that his wife was corresponding with her ex-boyfriend, Robert Hasman. Here is the last message Jasmine sent to Robert. "Please come and pick me up. I want to go back to Las Vegas. I want to be with you. I ended my relationship with Ryan." A little later, Jasmine and Ryan were seen at a nightclub in downtown San Diego. At 4:30 a.m., Ryan returned to the hotel alone. He was excited. On Friday, August 14th at 9 a.m., he left the hotel alone and went home to Los Angeles. On Saturday, August 15th, at 7 a.m. in Bueno Park, California, a local drifter discovered a large, zipped suitcase in a dumpster. Inside the suitcase were parts of a woman's body. The tramp urgently called the police. Officers were unable to identify the victim. She was not wearing clothing. One thing was known. They killed the woman and tried to hide important evidence. The deceased had all her teeth removed as well as all her fingertips. On August 15th at 9 p.m., Ryan called the police and reported that his wife, Jasmine Fiore, was missing. He said that on August 14th, he and his wife returned from San Diego to their home on Edinburgh Avenue in Los Angeles. Jasmine dropped her husband off near the house, but she left on business and never returned. Information soon emerged that 4 days before her disappearance, Jasmine met with her first ex-husband, Michael Cardoza, who had recently been released from prison. They saw each other on Tuesday, August 11th, on a beach in Southern California. There were several relatives with them who took these photos. Jasmine and Michael smiled a lot, hugged, and kissed. The girl did not have a wedding ring on her ring finger. On August 16th, Michael Cardoza was sent back to prison for violating his probation. Did Ryan know about Jasmine's meeting with her ex-husband? Unknown. The main person involved in the disappearance of Jasmine Fiore was her jealous husband, Ryan Jenkins. It turned out that on Sunday, August 16th at 9 a.m., the man left the Fiore house along with his belongings. On August 17th, police officers called him and learned that Ryan was in Utah and was planning to go to Canada to resolve some immigration problems. On August 18th, an autopsy was performed on the found body. The medical examiner determined that the woman had been strangled. The removal of teeth and fingertips occurred after death. These fragments were never found. Forensic experts removed breast implants from the body, which were named after a unique number. Thanks to the implants, it was possible to establish the identity of the deceased. She turned out to be 28-year-old Jasmine Fiore. On August 19th, the model's car was found. Her white Mercedes was parked in West Hollywood in Los Angeles, 1.5 kilometers from Jasmine's house. Inside the car, the police found blood, hair, and signs of a struggle. In the glove compartment of the car, there was a letter from Ryan, in which he described his love for his wife in tender words. On the afternoon of August 19th, Ryan Jenkins called his father from Birch Bay, Washington. The father told his son that Jasmine's body had been found. On August 20th, police charged Ryan with murder and issued an arrest warrant. The man was still on the run. Officers spread information about the fugitive and promised a reward of $25,000 for the capture of a Canadian citizen. The escaped Jenkins was able to sail on his boat to the border of America and Canada. The U.S. Coast Guard tried to detain him, but the man managed to escape through the forest to his home country. Already in Canada, on the evening of August 20th, Ryan met a young woman who drove him to a cheap motel in a silver Chrysler. The couple parked the car not in the parking lot, but in a place distant from the motel. The Chrysler license plates were from Alberta, Canada. Ryan and the stranger entered the hotel together. The woman was quite friendly and sociable. She rented a double room and paid in cash for 3 days of stay. Then the couple went up to the room, and after 20 minutes, the stranger left the motel and drove off in a silver Chrysler. The next day, August 21st, a motel employee saw Ryan going outside. He had lost a lot of weight and did not look like the guy in the picture whom all of America was looking for. 2 days later, on August 23rd at 11 a.m., the motel manager knocked on the door of Jenkins' room and announced that his time at the hotel was over. But no one opened the door. There was silence in the room. The manager returned to the front desk and called Ryan's room on the phone. No one answered the phone. The manager reported this to the administrator. Motel workers decided to check Jenkins's room using spare keys. Opening the door, the first thing they smelled was the smell of death. Ryan was dead. He voluntarily died using his own belt. Next to the man on the table was a working laptop with a file open with a suicide note dated August 20th. The file was called My Last Wish and Testament and contained 1 page of text. Ryan wrote about his conflicting feelings towards his wife, Jasmine Fiore. About half of the letter was about how much he loved this woman. And then he wrote that he was very disappointed in her behavior. Ryan wrote that he was constantly jealous of Jasmine in her past relationships and was very upset about his wife's infidelity. The man asked for forgiveness from his family and friends. He asked for forgiveness for running away from responsibility. He bequeathed his property to close relatives. It later turned out that the young woman who helped Ryan check into the motel was his half-sister. Ryan's father, Dan Jenkins, said Jasmine was his son's only friend in California. The father said that one day Jasmine disappeared and walked around in an unknown place for several days, and then returned and did not explain anything to Ryan. The father could not come to terms with what his son had done. He argued that Ryan was not capable of such cruelty. Previously, just the sight of blood would cause his son to immediately faint. His father believed that Ryan was spoiled and corrupted by Hollywood and media life. But friends of the deceased Fiore said that they repeatedly saw Ryan and Jasmine constantly quarreling and arguing. The model's husband was jealous of absolutely all men and even raised his hand to her. The mother of the deceased, Lisa Lepore, also confirmed that Jasmine and Ryan often argued because of Jenkins's jealousy of Jasmine's ex-boyfriends, with whom she continued to communicate. The mother also said that her daughter's second marriage was annulled back in May 2009, 2 months after the wedding. However, no documents were found confirming this information. Jasmine and Ryan were officially married. Megan Hauserman, who dated Ryan for a while and even wanted to make him the winner of Megan Wants a Millionaire, admitted that she always felt that Ryan was not the Prince Charming he claimed to be. Megan saw that the man was wearing a fake Rolex watch, and for the 5-week filming of the show, he brought only trousers with him and wore only those. But Megan truly fell in love and turned a blind eye to it. After the tragedy, the show I Love Money 3, in which Ryan Jenkins took part, never aired. There were numerous lawsuits with the casting managers of the show, who took Ryan into the project and did not check his criminal record. It also became known that the very next day after the murder, Ryan approached the producers of the show with a request to pay him a fee of $5,200 for participating in filming in Mexico. Today, casting workers have begun to take a closer look at candidates for reality shows. Directors closely monitor not only the filming process, but also what happens after the camera is turned off. Often, show participants need the help of a qualified psychologist, especially after unpleasant physical and psychological tests. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel.